Welcome to Pop It's Culture with your boy Javi. What's going on, team?
What it
What's going
is,
on,
what it
man?
is. I can't
Nothing much.
wait.
There's a lot going on in pop culture right now. A
Oh yeah.
lot. But I'm going to start off with some of the price gouges or price drops that we're seeing right now with the market and tariffs happening. So with Temu prices, the import prices are shooting up because of the
The tariffs.
just the tariffs happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the U.S. consumer is seeing a all-time high in the import tax that's being put on these products, so they're paying a lot more.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's
It's like
taking a lot longer for them to get them too.
a 100% plus, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're asking a lot. They're asking, but on the flip side of it, the flights, like planes to catch a flight domestically or overseas, those ticket prices have went down. Okay, and the reason that those ticket prices have went down, they've been going down since we saw all those devastating things happen
Yeah.
with the whole flights industry and everything. So nowadays the prices are cheaper for domestic flights due to that particular thing. Overseas they're fine, I think, because they haven't really experienced anything like that in a while. But as far as domestically is where all those issues are happening. So they are giving cheap flights if y'all trying to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Period. Yes. To flip it to a whole nother angle, I told y'all, it's a lot going on, so stick with me and we're gonna get it together. Jeff Bezos, y'all know who that is.
Yeah.
He used to be the CEO of
And
Amazon,
Yeah.
but then he stepped down, and then last year he sold off a bunch of shares.
Yeah.
And this year he's doing the same exact thing to the sum of somewhat of $4.8 billion that he's like selling off as shares.
Yeah.
So
Hell,
this
I would
is
say now would be the time to do it.
yeah, but he said that it is as part of a trade plan adopted on 5/4. So on May the 4th is when this is supposed to happen.
Right.
Why is he selling? I couldn't dig into why he was selling his stock and why
Have
it's
you
so
seen the
right
stock
now.
market lately?
Is it because of the stock
Well,
market?
I don't know.
He
Like
punches?
I would make the
so
assumption
mad.
if he's like I need to go do something, I need to go liquid, and I need to do that, and if I'm going to do that, then there's going to be basically like it's going to trigger an occurrence for taxation. If he's going to sell them at any point in time, now would be the time to sell them because he's like he can count on the president now to basically make sure that he doesn't really pay a bunch of
because
taxes.
he's also working with the president too. Because I
Yeah.
seen something on that. I just couldn't dig into
Which
it. 'Cause I
which
had other
also
news.
raises questions about like, well, why would you need to be that liquid?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it was like
but last year it was $13.1 billion
Hmm.
that he did.
Well, because what was the agreement for?
It just said
It
the
just
trade
said
plan.
that
yeah.
there's a plan, but
I
there's
went
no.
to dig, but there was not much more information that I could find right now. This is something I do plan on digging further into because I feel like it's shady.
Well, I mean, there's
It's
a bunch
gotta
of
be some type
that,
of shady
but
dealings that goes
no,
on behind it.
yeah, I feel that.
He's up to something.
He's got to be.
He's up to something.
But he's done it every year, and last year it was a lot more. Speaking of criminals, Diddy's criminal trial starts on May the 7th, y'all.
Right? Did you see that sketch?
Yes. So, y'all gotta see the sketch of him in court. It is some funny shit. But his trial starts on May the 7th. He was in court on Thursday and rejected the final plea deal. So this is moving forward to court. Prosecutors say prosecutors accuse him of using his business as a criminal enterprise. Is essentially what they're gonna be fighting.
Yeah.
Fighting with. The last thing on this was the jury were given surveys to kind of like see how much knowledge they had about Diddy.
Right.
Instead of like initially just being asked questions in open court, they were given surveys to fill out, which I found interesting in a trial because like anybody can lie and say they don't know a man.
yeah.
You're not giving them like a lie detector, but like
Well, with jury selection's pretty standard though. They I don't know
Yeah,
about
but that's not standard to give them a
to
survey.
give them a survey.
Yeah.
To like give them a handwritten
Really?
survey.
Yeah, I've never
that-
heard of it.
Yeah,
I've never heard
the
of that.
survey's done in open court. It's called the jury selection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they,
You just openly ask them questions in recorded court. This time
Right.
they gave them a survey to
Like
take.
on paper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this piece of paper I'm holding right now.
yeah.
Take this survey and turn it into us.
A
Gotcha.
potential
If you are
candidate.
jury number 11, you are out.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you know a little bit too much, because
Right.
you need to have your own podcast on this thing.
Right.
Yeah, but
And-
I mean, it's like nowadays, like what don't people know about it? You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Well,
Like,
and, but that's the thing. You have to be honest, because too many people can out you if you lie. And just because you want to be on the jury and you say, no, I don't know who P Diddy is, and next thing you know, there's somebody. You're doing it. You can mess up a trial by somebody coming forward and saying,
Right.
"Nah,
Yeah.
that juror knows Diddy, knows of Diddy, and or knows of the situation. We've talked about it here, there, and so it behooves you to be honest. It's in your best interest to just be honest. If you know, because nobody really wants to be on jury duty. Not really. Nobody wants to.
Right.
You have to be a hardcore, nosy ass.
On the Diddy trial, I'm nosy as hell. My nose is up to my
There you
ear.
go.
I need to
There
sit
you
out.
go. There you go.
And I don't know that man. I ain't never heard nothing about him in my life.
They gonna pull up his podcast
I can't
from
read.
season 9.
I can't read and I don't understand English. I just speak it. Nah.
like sir,
Yeah.
we recently came in contact with a podcast that you're on, and
That ain't me.
you
That
talk about it
He
frequently.
died last year.
Hi, I'm Javi. That is not me.
But yeah, so that's all I have on it right now. Like I said, it starts on May the 7th, so I will have my ears open for any and all. And
Yeah.
they said that they're going to start off with the opening arguments, the opening and all that. So I'm
That's gonna be
excited.
televised
It's going to be in
online.
my ear for sure, because I'll be at work.
Yeah.
In other news, crooked people, Terrence Howard did an interview on Bill Myers' Club Random. I don't know if the audience knows who Terrence Howard is. I know you all do. He was Lucius Lyons in Empire, and he was the main character in the main role of Hustle and Flow.
And he also played. He was the first person who played Rhodey in the first.
The
Iron
first colonel before Don Cheadle.
Man.
Yes.
So he's a very known actor.
In Iron Man. Yeah.
And he can sing. It's kind of hard out here for him. And he
Yeah.
can produce music.
I heard-
because
yeah.
he produced All Up and Down Empire.
He I think he can play instruments too, right? Guitar or
Yeah,
something.
he's a very well-rounded performing arts person. But he lost kudos in brownie points. I actually think that I'm not gonna rock with him for the statement he said. Maybe not, because it's just kind of his own opinion, and people are entitled to their own opinions and how they feel, and he just expressed how he feel a little too strong. And what I mean by that, he was interviewed on Bill Myers Club Random podcast and was asked about accepting or denying a role to play Marvin Gaye in an upcoming movie or whatever it was. And Terrence Howard said he turned down the role due to having to kiss another man, and said that he would rather rip his lips off than go through that. What are y'all thoughts on this? Do y'all think that people should be offended, like the gays should be offended by it? Anybody should be offended by it. Do you think he was right for making the statement that he did, or do you think that, like,
I mean,
he was wrong?
I'm kind of where you're at, to where it's like, it's his personal opinion. Like, yeah,
It was a little extra.
yeah, but he's entitled
Yeah.
to his opinion.
Of course.
I don't agree with it. But honestly, like even before this conversation and him saying that shit, like I've never really been a big fan of his anyway. So to me, it's like, it's on brand for him.
Okay. What do you think, D-Lo?
I mean, I agree with y'all. I mean, everybody has their own personal opinions. I don't necessarily find it offensive because it's kind of just one of those statements like I'd rather be raked through the coals than do that. You know what I mean? So, now it is a little extreme, but
I rip my lip off. No, I'm just playing.
but I mean, it's just how he feels, you know. So I mean, I really wouldn't take it personal.
He
Or
does
I wouldn't,
not want gay interaction. Period.
Yeah, it just, and I mean, he has the right to turn down whatever film he does and does not want to do. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So. I mean, I took more personally him calling out Robert Downey Jr. on some bull crap about the first Iron Man, about him ripping him off millions of dollars.
Like he was a star.
Yeah,
I've seen something about that.
But I mean, I don't even take that personal because it's just that's between them two. But it's just still like Omega said, it's on character for him, you know. So,
well, cha.
You know what? To each his own. I don't think it's harsh. And the reason why I say that is because it's no different than heterosexual women saying, "I'll die before I kiss that man." You know, there's women and there's guys that do that. You know, that say the same thing.
Shoot myself in the face while I lay down with that woman.
Mm-hmm. I'll chop it off before I sleep with her. Mm-hmm. You know, so I mean, it's no difference.
Joking about it too.
Yeah, I mean, it's no different. I mean, if it's going to be a problem when he's speaking of, you know, having a role, just kissing another man, then we would have to look at everybody that's extreme like that.
Right.
You know,
But
so
I took no offense to it. Did you see it?
What did he say exactly though?
That was what I took from it. Like, that's pretty literal to what he said.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't like
he said to rip his lips off before he kissed a man.
he's like, I'd rip my lips off before I do something like that.
Right.
Like, it wasn't something like he was.
And that's
like
fair.
He was dead serious. You can see
Yeah.
that he was.
it's just
serious,
something
but
he
at the
don't want to
same
do.
time-
It's not like he was. It's not like he was knocking gay people or, you know, and the LGBT
But I also want to look to see where he stands on that and if he's ever been vocal about that. But I don't think that he would because he played a role where he was the father to a gay son.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
And the person that actually played that role was a gay man. So I don't think it has anything to do with like.
Yeah, he
homosexuality
wasn't
or
deliberately
anything.
attacking people.
Yeah,
you know?
he wasn't.
He just ain't trying to do no kissing
I
scene
just
with
wanted
a
to
man.
get y'all's opinions on how y'all thought or felt about him making those statements.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, that's a lot to take in.
He lost a few brownie points with me for like, just like, if you're comfortable in your sexuality, what is it to you to make money, a lot of money, because they don't pay cheap for gay roles, but pay a lot of money, get paid a lot of money to just kiss a man? No, you're not going to be, well, they may label you as somebody that can play homosexual films, so you'll get a lot more of those offers. But at the same time, like, you're leaving a legacy. Like, I get it, some people just don't want to conform and do that. They rather stick in their manliness and not portray that image, and that may be what he wants to do.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just about what they want. It's just the way they portray their image.
I just answered my own question. It's crazy. But since we're going to start going in a circle, I'll go ahead and shift it into a star for Beyonce Cowboy Carter Tour. It kicked off in LA this past week, and joining her this concert again is her daughter Blue Ivy. Right. So in the past, the critics and fans and not so many good fans have criticized Blue Ivy's performance as far as her.
She be getting down from what I've seen.
Yes,
she be getting down.
This concert, Miss Honey's forefront. She's walking up in front of Beyonce, doing her thing, and she's slaying.
Yeah.
She actually is keeping up with the dancers. She looks like she's a professional dancer. Yeah. And she's giving you attitude like, bitch, what? What was it? I'm here.
I've seen some clips online.
Yes.
She
even did like a little homage to her mom's maybe I can't go anywhere without thinking that you're that. What is that? Deja vu. It's a deja vu dance, and she did that with a couple of the dancers. look just like her mom.
Yeah, you can tell she be in rehearsal at the same time. She's in there like
they
watching,
even show
taking
videos
notes.
of her rehearsing. No, she rehearses with them. They even show
You can
videos of
tell.
her rehearsing with the dancers, like just marking it and then going full out. Miss Honey's a worker bee.
She's growing up
definitely-
fast too.
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
looks
when I
just
seen the
like
clip,
her
I'm
mom.
like, that's Blue Ivy. Golly.
She looks so much like Beyonce. It's crazy.
She's growing. Yeah, I
but
mean,
I can
you
tell
know
you
how old
that-
she is?
She's 13.
Is she?
I
Wow.
I thought she was 14.
13 or 14.
She's-
She's 13. Or
Yeah, because
14.
that was the big thing about the way she was. That's the big thing.
She's
that,
tall.
That was one of the big things about the way. That was what was it, the halftime show that they did during Christmas, and
Oh,
the way she
Beyonce
was dressed.
ball.
Yeah, it was the way
They
she
felt it was
dressed
too
and stuff.
provocative for her age.
Oh, girl, sit down. They can have a seat in the nosebleeds.
It's
But
the
she was
world
showing
we
her
live in,
sassy
man.
personality all on the stage, and that's what we're talking about now.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna debunk those haters now. Miss Blue Ivy she wasn't dressed too revealing. Maybe the cups showed too much cleavage, but like. If she got them, like let her breathe, let Cha-Cha's breathe a little thing. She didn't pop out.
I have no comment on that. She's just 14.
But
I can't
I'm
go
homosexual, so I can touch lightly, but not go too deep into the topic. And no, I'm not saying that I have a past because I'm homosexual. I'm just saying like I know how to work my way around the topic. Period.
Yeah.
But Miss Honey was showing sass and skill on the stage, and she ate it up every time she's been out there. And it looks like she's going to be a staple in her mom's concerts going forward.
So is this the clip of her? It was like a jumpsuit, a sleeveless jumpsuit or something. Is that what? Have you?
Was it maroon?
This one was white, like with
Are you talking about
glitter
this
type stuff on
Beyonce
it.
bowl, or are you talking about the
I don't know.
concert?
No, I'm talking about the most recent clip that I've seen. I don't know.
What is she doing? Dancing?
She's there. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, she's eating. That's the concert. You ain't got to say no more. This
yeah.
is
She
definitely the
had
concert.
on like a
Outfit
jump.
she's
It was
talking
like
about
a
and everything.
just like blue, red,
You know what is
white.
it?
No,
She was. I watched it more than once. I was impressed by her
Period.
dance.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie, and it had nothing to do with sexuality. I just,
Yeah.
I like to see.
No, I mean it's
as a person that likes to dance, I can appreciate somebody that when a routine looks like it's been well put together.
Yeah.
I used to be in a dance. Well, it was we call it. I had a dance partner back in the day. We used to go to the club, and when our song came on that we rehearsed,
Okay.
we get out of the way. So I can appreciate
So-
good choreography.
Also joining Beyonce on her tour has been her youngest daughter, Rumi, or Rummy, however you want to say it. This baby
Who?
is Rumi,
Who is this?
Beyonce's daughter. She's got twin kids too.
Oh,
So she's got Blue, and then she's got twin.
I
a boy
did
and a
not
girl.
know this.
Rumi and
I've been under a rock, America.
So
Been
Rumi
chilling.
has been joining her on tour this season.
this.
And Miss Honey's full. It's a bucket of sunshine, a bucket of excitement. She's got so much energy.
Wow.
And every time she comes out on stage, she is just smiling so big. She's waving at the camera. She's jumping up and down. Well, waving at the people, jumping up and down. Just can't contain herself. Trying to distract her mama and everything. But on one of these particular nights, Beyonce calls her mom, Tina Knowles, out, and to celebrate her book reaching like #1, like bestseller, which Miss Tina Knowles has a legacy of her own. She used to be a hairdresser, then she started making Beyonce's clothes and kind of managing her, and now she has her own platform. She's her own, she's like the Kris Jenner of the Carter family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, everything's been going great in pop culture besides Diddy. I know he's kind of sweating. From those pictures, he definitely has some issues. Looking at everything, Beyonce's next stop after she has several more shows in LA is to Chicago, where I will be seeing her on the 17th because I got people to come for my shift.
Okay.
So I can't wait. I've been picking out my outfit. I want to do some little cowboy boots, some cut up jeans, a white sparkly top that's got little tassels dangling off so I get my cowboy and my brown cowboy hat. Period.
Oh,
And I
do
got
it
my
to
makeup
yourself,
done like I'm
Bobby.
No, I'm just playing.
Oh.
But not the makeup part, but everything else. I like that aesthetic though. I think I might actually go and rock with that.
Okay.
It's giving very Beyonce boy.
Okay. We need pics. Make sure you got pics.
Yes.
We need proof.
If you missed anything or I was talking too fast, you can rewind this entire thing and put it in half-time speed. If I was talking too slow, you can speed it up into 2 times speed.
There is one thing I wanted to bring up with the
What
pop
is
is
it,
culture.
guys?
So I don't know if you had heard anything about it. Of course, you know, me having a wife that's into boy bands and that type of genre.
Okay.
The mom is re-asking for them to reopen Aaron Carter's case.
Oh, really?
Who?
Because they don't think it's suicide now.
Ooh.
They don't think it's accidental overdose now.
Okay.
They think somebody did it.
They think it's suicide. They think it's murder.
Oh.
So, and plus there was a video that he did release that got released after his passing, talking about if something happens to me,
I didn't do it to myself.
yeah, I didn't. It wasn't because of me.
Wow. So something else that I'm gonna be doing my Carmen Sandiego too.
Yeah. Plus, because I mean, they just came out with that series.
I'm about
They
to go
came out
search
with that
for it.
2-part series on Hulu with the
Yes.
Carters.
Yes.
So
Okay. Well, not so much the Carters on stage, but the Carters on off stage.
Off stage. Okay. The other Carters.
Well, I hope they get justice if it is
Right.
that type of situation. I pray that they find who did it or just get peace from it.
Closure, some type of closure, especially if they don't. They now think it's murder. It's all about closure now.
yeah, because I mean, I wasn't a big fan of his music, but I do like a good redemption story where he suffered from addiction and then turned his life back around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I always like a good redemption story.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
but yeah, I hope they do find the peace that they're looking for.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about your pulpit's culture? Pop. The Diddy trial. The one thing that I think a whole lot of America's waiting to see is what names are going to come out.
Yeah.
This is what they've been waiting on. What
Y'all,
type
they say
of
he walked up
witnesses?
in court with a black binder, thick, full
Right.
of nothing but notes.
Names and videos.
Yeah, it's definitely going to turn. It's going to
we're
definitely
gonna
turn
find out all
Hollywood.
kinds
May
of
the
fucked up
7th
shit,
it starts,
I'm
so
sure.
y'all
It's
get
def-
ready.
If you see other CEOs resigning, people in various leaderships positions in Hollywood and the music, whatever type of genre it is, whatever type of industry, it's going to make you wonder: did he or was she at a Diddy party?
It's gonna send the shakes through the entertainment world as it is.
Yeah.
Some
Now, if y'all
resignations
see me-
will not be coincidental, I believe.
Yeah, you're gonna have to ask yourself, did he or did he?
Okay.
I like that.
Whoa.
But if
Ching,
y'all
ching.
might even see a couple of little pop-up episodes of Pop is Culture, little 5-minute segments giving y'all updates on everything that's going on in the case. Until next time, I'm your boy Javi. This is Pop It's Culture, and I'll catch you next week.
All right.
Peace.
Diddy or didn't he, y'all? Yeah.